Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, Risen, and you're tuning into the greatest gaming podcast in the world, No Randos. Often imitated, but never duplicated, we are working hard to grow the channel, so please consider liking and subscribing. I'm super stoked for today's guest on the Red Dead pod, guys. We're going to be talking with a legend who serves up his own style of payback, RDR's Kryptonite, the infamous Rhyme. Welcome.
Hello.
Come on down, grab a seat.
Yes.
It sure is.
There we go.
It sure is lovely this time of night.
Yeah, it is. The stars are out. Got the lamp on. Looking pretty.
That is true. Take a second to admire the scenery. Today we're going to be doing the pod at Blackwater. Hopefully no one jumps us.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
That is the hope.
Yeah. So Rhyme, how did you come up with the name?
So back in the day when I started playing, I would get in a lot of these very early crews that would come and go, and a lot of the crews had these nights where you would just vibe with them and like listen to songs or whatever. They'd have a music bot in their Discord, yeah.
Okay.
Now the main one people would go to before it got banned by Discord it was called a rhythm bot.
Okay.
And I just kind of took that and I took a few letters out, and that was how I got my name. I just enjoy the music, enjoy the vibes it brought.
Okay, that's cool. So no rap career. You don't write poetry.
No.
All those rumors are false.
Well, that would. I didn't know there were rumors. Well, that would be ironic. Yes, it's sadly not true. Sadly not.
If you were a rapper, would you be Lil Rhyme or something, or what would you? What would you take?
I think I'd keep it simple. I think I'd just go with rhyme. I don't think there would need to be a change for that. I feel like that would fit well.
Okay. So no poetry, no background in writing, no nothing like that, right?
No, sadly not. I have never been musically inclined. I've tried instruments in the past and I just can't. It's
And what is this like? I think we spoke last time. You said I could call you anything but rim job or something like that. Does that have
Yeah.
a backstory or anything like that?
So there's an ongoing bit with
Okay.
with a lot of my friends, and it's just every time there's a new person introduced throughout the night, eventually I get called Rim Job. And I have a notes app. Now, on this notes app, I have a counter of how many times I've been called it, and it's up to 87 right now.
Okay. 88 with mine, I guess.
It's individual different people, so yours
Wow.
is still counting for 87 since we've already gone over this.
That's crazy. Yeah, I remember.
Yes.
That is. I mean,
Yeah.
gaming does put you into some weird predicaments.
Some very interesting spots, yes,
Yeah.
with the anonymity and having to go by other names.
But like gaming aside, what would be your strangest life experience if you'd like to share that?
For IRL,
Or both?
tie it. Okay, I'm gonna try and do a little bit of both here.
Okay.
I'm gonna tie it into itself here.
Okay.
I was up playing, just vibing on Red Dead with the homies. We got a little late. We
Okay.
were playing, and then all of a sudden, I feel this sensation. You know how you can tell when someone's staring at you,
Yeah.
and you can just kind of you have that feeling. So I have that feeling, and I look out the window, and there's just a guy staring back at me on my lawn, like my front lawn.
Okay.
So we kind of make eye contact for a while. He looks coked out of his mind, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what his intentions were. But I just kind of reach over to the side and show him a gun, and he just runs off down the street. And I'm like, all right, well,
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
that's like I don't point it at him. He just looks at it, looks at me, and runs off. Like, all right, that's
And this is in like the comfort of your own
this is
home.
Yeah, I was sitting in my chair, my window was open, which was a mistake. I should have closed it, but I
Hmm.
mean, just someone staring in at me. Who knows how long?
Do you? I mean, was this playing? Were you playing RDR at the time?
I
Or
was, I
okay,
was,
crazy. So
I
that it
was.
really is like a mix between both worlds, you know.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely it was definitely one of my spookiest experiences. Who
Hmm.
knows what he would have done if I didn't look at him, see him.
Yeah, he could have, he could have waited. He could have done something bad, or who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows in
for
this day and
real,
age?
for real.
But going back into Red Dead, this is a common question I ask everybody. I like to get people's opinion on it. Would you say that Red Dead 2 is dead? No pun
Okay.
intended.
Now, there is two aspects in the sense that yes, it is dead that it doesn't get any updates. The developer doesn't love it. Like as much as Rockstar wants it to be dead, the community is keeping it alive.
Hmm.
Um, and I feel like that's what makes this game so unique is that while it can be very toxic, it's very special and it holds a special place in a lot of people's hearts
Yeah.
where they won't let this game die. I feel like if everyone stopped playing and there was like 30 group posts at a time ever, and it was just this game had like no players, they would have shut down servers years ago.
Yeah.
But since the community is still strong here, they keep it going because they have to, even though they're losing money.
Yeah, and that could maybe segue into my next question, and I think you kind of answered it in a way by saying, like what makes the game unique, and I think that the thing that stands out the most is how strong the hardcore audience, the hardcore community is in this game, keeping it afloat, and you know,
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
there's
Because
still,
it's
yeah, go ahead.
you'll see an influx of new people, yeah. But you sit down and you look server to server each day, and you'll notice usernames you recognize. And I've been playing God knows how long, and
Hmm.
I've seen usernames almost daily that I've seen 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, there are always going to be those OG players around that just love the game and will not put it down because it is such a good game and it has such a strong community and it's so unique. There's not another game out there like it.
Hmm.
I'm sure that's been said a lot on here, but there's really not another game out there like it as much as their imitations are.
Yeah,
It's definitely special.
the amount of like open world competition in the AAA
Hmm.
industry for sure is tight. But yeah, RDR definitely sets itself apart. I think there's currently around 25,000 active players monthly or something like that, which is still pretty good.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, and how long have you been playing this game, since beta or
Yeah.
okay, okay.
I've been playing since beta. I wasn't big when I was in beta. I was of
Hmm.
course like I was young. It was a while ago,
Yeah.
but I had other things on my mind then besides play Red Dead. But I was there, I was playing, and the about a year into it is when I really got into it. Around when they added Trader and
Bounty.
yeah, the three big ones is where I really just kicked off because that's when COVID like really hit and I just had time to myself and I just put it all into this game because it's such a good game.
Yeah. So the big role updates along with COVID striking is kind of what locked you in on the game. That's
Oh
what I
yeah,
understand.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and back then there was, the wagon glitch. That was a big thing. You could get a lot of money, a lot of XP really quickly. I mean, I was doing that to get my money for PvP, get my tonics. 'Cause I I PvP. I spend about 4K a week or so on
What?
tonics.
That's crazy.
It's not even that I spam them a lot. It's just how much I fight. I mean,
Yeah.
whenever I'm on here, I'm fighting. It's not
Hmm.
crazy. Uh,
For sure. How often do you play per week on average?
Nowadays less so, just because I got work, I got real life. I'm not that high school kid I was that I was on this game 24/7. I probably like two, three times a week, give or take. It just depends on how much free time I have.
Yeah, we meet up pretty often in the last couple of weeks too. I would say I see you around yeah, like maybe 2 times a week, two, three
Yeah.
if I'm lucky. Yeah, I mean it's tough to manage a schedule with a ever changing lifestyle and things like that, especially
Yeah.
if you're you know going through big changes. But at least you're able to still find the time to put in the work and game and meet up with everyone, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's it, the community. I mean, that's where it comes down to. A lot of my friends I've met on Red Dead, so it's really it stopped becoming a challenge to play and more just it's once you find that community that you vibe with and you enjoy playing with and you just start loving the game even more because you always have something to do.
Well, I mean, now would be a good time. Would you like to shout out any of your friends or any of your close circle that you game with on the?
Oh yeah. Dami Mommy, Irish Hobo, Itheria,
Oh yeah.
Zombie. Zombie's a big one. He was back in my crew days. Uh,
Okay.
just all of those people. Apari, they're all chill, man. They're great people.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And also,
and of course you.
no, thank you. Always a pleasure to be around. Do you have any rivals or any crews that you don't really play with, don't really get along with? People to be kind of aware of? Anyone in particular? Any nemesis and
Um,
nemesises?
so the problem that comes down with that is most people who play with me and like even if we've fought and they get to know me at all, it's a game to me. It's always been a game and it's not that deep. If I kill you in funny cowboy game, it's a game. And I'm doing it because we're high levels. There's nothing else to do at this point. This is how you have fun. And if they don't want to, that's okay. You don't have to. There's buttons for that. There's parlay, there's defensive, and I'm not gonna chase you down unless you start trash talking me, right? Like
Yeah.
it's and it's always been that way. So most of the crews I hang out with, even the ones I've fought, know that, and they know that it at the end of the day isn't that deep, and they're never gonna really get under my skin if they even try. Most don't because most are chill with me. I don't think there's a crew that is necessarily upset at me. I wouldn't say that,
Okay.
but
Is there anybody following you around? Any crews that recognize you and shoot you on sight? Any stalkers or anything like that?
I don't
And
have anyone spawning in on me on the regular, which
okay, okay.
is nice. But I think that comes down to if they do, I will just spawn in on them until they block me. Uh, which I have had people spawn in on me before. I've had a really funny story is back in the day, back when Mob was real big. I forget what their name was. I was in a group post and they were just there. One of the leads of Mob. I don't remember who. It was a higher up though. I had this guy who would follow me around. All he would do is he would spawn on me, shoot me with an incense shotgun, and leave the game.
Classic.
Uh, that's all he would do. And well, he missed me and hit. I forget who it is, but it was a higher up in Mob. And word got around that that happened. And a couple days later, I get a message from one of our mutual friends and he's like, "Did you do this?" And it's just a screenshot of his account getting like completely deleted.
Oh my
Like
god.
it was gone. It was, and I was like, "No, I didn't do this." So I'm not gonna say they did it, but they're the only one with the power that I know could do that. You know what I mean?
To
And
just
like the
what,
only
steal
ones they've
accounts?
pissed off, well, delete accounts. I mean, they got someone, I'm sure, but that was back in the day, man. Back when they were a lot bigger. Now they're
Yeah,
chiller.
and back then you could mass report accounts and get them
Oh yeah. No,
crazy.
there were other ways. There were other ways to do that than just like actually hacking into their account.
Crazy.
So,
Crazy,
But
powerful stuff.
it is very interesting. The things you go through and see like that.
Okay,
So you
well,
just gotta be careful with it.
can you take me through your average experience in the game on a daily basis when you log on, the things you do, and I'm sure you spend a lot of time crafting and other things
Yeah,
too.
I will normally spawn in and I'll look through my friends menu and see if any of my homies are on. And if there is, I'll spawn on them. I'll say hi, you know. We'll run around for however long and just hang out.
Hmm.
If we get into fights, we get into fights. I mean, that's how it is. And I hop from friend group to friend group most times. If someone needs help in a fight, I'll go throw in assistance, hang out with them for a while after, and if the party dies down, I'll go somewhere else.
Okay, okay,
This is kind of how I hang.
yeah. And do you ever look on group posts? Do you ever meet anybody through there?
That's what I'll do normally if none of my friends are on or if I'm like just bored. I mean, like you get to a point where you have enough friend groups that normally there's one on.
Hmm.
But if there's not, you can always go there. I mean, that's how I find my friend groups well, some of the time. Uh, you go out, you look. I mean, of course, not always is it gonna work. Not always are you gonna have consistent upkeeping with those friends, but if you put an effort, most of the time it'll work out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like starting off on RDR like I would say a month ago, a little bit more than a month ago. It was pretty easy for me to kind of integrate with the community and meet people real quick. Um, I mean, I thought it would be a bit more. I thought it would take longer, but I don't know. People are people are pretty nice if you come at them with with like a normal attitude, I guess you could say. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. What
yeah.
what would you consider the most enjoyable part of the game?
Honestly, so personally, I really enjoy the PvP. That is,
Oh God, someone's here. It's Reefer.
that's a lot. Is it?
Oh my
Hey,
God, it's the gang.
it's the
Hello,
gang.
hello.
Look at him. Oh, hell yeah.
Reefer creeped me out. That was scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, the angle I had there was. Oh my God,
Just peeking behind the barrels. Yeah.
he's gone.
Um, and he's in the ocean. Look at him swim. No.
But
I
we.
really do enjoy the PvP aspect. I mean, it's very unique. Like, there's 7,000 other first-person shooters out there. I mean, there's always gonna be another quick TTK like fully automatic rifle shooter out there. I mean, look at them: DayZ, Insurgency, Sandstorm, all of the CODs, all of the battlefields. I mean,
Yeah,
but Red Dead's something different. There's not any other AAA like cowboy games that are multiplayer and that are big.
yeah,
You don't see that. That's not anything. Okay, listen. You don't see that anymore.
yeah,
Um,
for
very
sure.
unique. The
And
only other one that comes to mind, and it's barely a cowboy game, is Hunt Showdown.
okay, yeah, I remember that.
It's
Or Gun.
it's a
You ever hear of Gun?
God, the old
Yeah, yeah,
Xbox game.
yeah. Back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah. I know about Gun. I mean, if we're going that far, we can go to Cala Juarez. I mean,
Classic. Yeah, I'm old.
uh,
I'm old.
boomer.
Yeah, totally.
But it's just a very unique game, and again, just with the community, it's such a strong community that you're gonna find a friend group you enjoy hanging with.
So, what's your favorite location in the game?
Personally, I do quite like a good few locations. This game is gorgeous. It's almost like a painting if you look at it
Hmm.
in the right ways. I mean, even here, the tugboats, the trees in the background, it's almost like an oil painting.
Yeah.
Um, Now, I do quite enjoy outside the map. There's a fun place that's up north in Canada.
Okay.
It's a slide. Now, if you go down on your horse, there's a very, very long slide, and it just, if you go out there with homies, you can do that for hours. It's so fun. So if you go down it on your horse, you got a really nice slide. You go down it on your person and you die. Uh, so what I have set up is a outside the map trail ride, and that's how I end it. And it's always fun just looking off because you can see into the map and like all the beautiful things that are rendered well inside the map as you slide down on your horse. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to bring you out there so you can show a clip to them if you want.
Yeah, sure. One of
But
these days for show. Interested.
yeah, it's it's a really nice place.
Are they on a boat?
And they are on a boat. They're on a
Dude!
little tugboat. Look at the dinghy go. Look at that shit.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Let's go say hi to
Let's
the
go. Let's
dinghy.
go
You
see
wanna get
what.
on
So what's?
board?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's get it. Let's get.
All aboard, guys. All aboard. If
Oh my
there's room.
god. Can you actually sit down
Hell
here?
yeah. I wish you could. I don't know if you
Well,
can.
okay. All right. Let's do it here. Let's just continue here. So let.
All right.
All right. Awesome. So. Oh my god. So, what would you say is your favorite memory in the game?
Well, always, of course, the trail rides that I mentioned before. Having the freedom to just explore is always fun. Just seeing sights, talking about your life, shooting the shit with your homies while you get high and drunk, and just having fun,
Yeah.
doing whatever shows up. It's always a good time. And my other favorite is back in the early days, just when everyone was learning everything. You know, figuring out what's good, what's not, what you want to do in this game. What's the creativity you saw when there was nothing to do was amazing.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. Just the wagon rides we would walk from one end of the map to the other and just explore, see random things, and like half the people in that game have yet to see it. I mean,
Oh.
of course the story mode is out, but there was still so much to see and do.
Yeah.
And so many little glitches everywhere. You could go through certain walls and places. I mean, all that stuff's gone now, but it was such an interesting time.
Simpler times, definitely during COVID, 2021 ish, 22.
Oh, early. 1920, 2019, 2020,
Okay.
back
Okay.
before they patched like walking through walls with your lantern.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Intense. Um. So if you weren't into games, what would you be doing instead?
Honestly, at this point in my life, I'd probably just be working more. I have
Slaving
my
more.
my IRL life. Yeah, I have my IRL life, and I have this, and this is what I do as my free time. What I do for fun. If I didn't have this, I'd probably just work more. I mean,
Mm.
might as well. Ain't got nothing better to do.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you got to pay those bills, right?
Yeah, yeah, always.
Yeah. Do you think that gaming holds you back in life?
Personally, I don't. I could see where that argument could be made where, yeah, you could spend that time working on other things, working on yourself, maybe learn an instrument, maybe learn, I don't know, a skill, a trait. But this is what I do for free time. This is my enjoyment. It's an outlet, and it gives a lot of joy to me from this. I mean, and of course, you make a lot of friends doing it. Yeah, the fucking boat we're in.
Yeah.
Uh, you get to meet a lot of people. You get to talk to people. You get to enjoy, and there's a lot of laughs to be had there.
Yeah, I'm sure. And pretty loyal bunch. I mean, take this circle of friends. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah,
very
yeah, they are.
welcoming and
Yeah, I met them a couple days ago, and they adopted us, bro. They
no,
they're keeping
Olive knew
us
you.
around.
Olive knew you before that. No.
She might have seen me around, but I haven't we haven't talked.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What would you describe the community is like compared to other games. Like obviously they're
Um,
tight, loyal. We discussed about the hardcore fan base, but something that's like unique that you don't see in other games.
it's definitely it's multifaceted. You've got your flower pickers and you've got your griefers, and it's really seeing the different sides as unique and having two very different
Oh God.
ways to enjoy the game is definitely not something you see in a lot of games. It's definitely not that option to have fun in so many different ways is not seen a lot.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't trust this boat. I feel like we're about to sink. I think we are sinking.
No, I don't think so.
Hmm.
No, I think we're Gucci.
Okay, okay, we're good. All right. A little bit of a panic there. Yeah. But yeah, the ways the different ways to enjoy the game I think makes for very interesting dynamics with the different sides of the communities. You've got your people who enjoy the game just because I mean it's gorgeous and you can't fault them for it. I mean,
Yeah.
look at it. Everywhere you look could be a pic. Like you could look at that, see it in a museum, and you wouldn't bat an eye. That's just yeah, that's how it was. That's beautiful. That's
Yeah. This kind of reminds me of D-Day or something.
Are we about to land on Normandy? Where's the gunners at?
Oh God.
Oh shit, there's one.
Get
Get down, brother.
Oh, he
We
got
lost
him.
a good man.
He's we lost
a
him.
good man today.
Oh no, we're good. We're good.
He's
Reef
back
Reef
up.
is
He's back
good.
up. No, it's
Oh,
very, it's very interesting.
oh, I jumped. Oh, okay, we're good. We're good.
But seeing
Jesus
multiple
Christ.
sides to a community is definitely unique to Red Dead. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's in other games, but not to the degree it's here.
Yo, he's being dragged. Reef.
R.I.P. the
Reef,
homie.
no.
He's
Reef.
gotten squished, bro.
Reef.
He got taken to a new boat.
Yo, I think he drowned.
Now he's alive.
He's moving.
He's like a fish, bro. Look at that.
All right, all right, all right. We're back. We're back. Okay,
Went
cool.
for a little swim. Don't mind it.
I feel like the community is I always talk about ratio. Like it's way easier to make a name for yourself out here, especially if you're nice to people, or I mean, especially if you're like one of the extremities where it's like if you're nice to people, you'll get really good feedback, quick from everyone, and if you're, you know, just an all-out dick, people will kind of recognize you relatively quick.
Yeah, they're just gonna classify you as that. And
Yeah.
with the while again, there is new people coming in quite often. There's still that at that core that loyal fan base that's been there since the beginning. And if you're a dick, they're gonna take notice of that, and they're gonna keep that in their mind, and they're not gonna want to associate with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it is.
Yeah.
You're gonna outcast yourself. I mean, not even getting into the booting aspect, but you can just if you go into a lobby with people who know other people and like know crews, the amount of the times that you hear, "Hey, there's a booter in here, let's get out of the lobby." I mean, just they don't want to associate with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just how it is
Yeah.
because they recognize your name.
For sure. Well, I wonder what the future will be like after GTA 6, like when RDR 3 comes out. How will the communities evolve, and how will the new stuff change? You know, the social aspect of this game.
I feel like it'll stay very similar. I feel like there's been a hard precedent set with this game of how this game is meant to be played.
Mm-hmm.
How where the fun is at it, even if it's not updated. I mean, we can find our own ways to make fun. So I feel like with that being said, that's not going to change a whole lot. of course, with Red Dead 1, it was basically a co-op story mode with like a few people. It wasn't a full-fledged online.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a cooperative experience with like some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and with this being a full-on online game, I mean, it's a very new thing compared, like going from Red Dead 1 to 2 compared to what we're going to, which is 2 to 3.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's going to be as big a change
For
as
sure.
we think there might be.
Yeah.
The cards might change, the metas might change, but I think the fun will stay the same.
I agree. I'm curious. I'm pumped. I mean, I'm sure everybody is, but I read that it's gonna go back. It's gonna be a prologue.
Yeah.
That's what rumors are saying. It would make sense.
That doesn't surprise me. The
Yeah.
way I've always put it to people who've asked me on where they think they're gonna go with the new story, and of course, spoiler warning ahead. If you haven't played the story mode, go for it. It's up there with Skyrim, and that's a high bar for me.
Yeah.
I don't put that to everything. It's. I have a feeling it's gonna be a prologue to the Blackwater Massacre, just because. Think about it. They did the whole John Marston thing in Red Dead 1. It went up to about the 1910s, 1920s. There's not much cowboy years left to go after that. Where else are you going to go but before?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's about the end of the era. And that's kind of what it was showing with that story mode, is that it's the end of the cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they have no choice but to go back. They're kind of running out of time in the forward direction.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna try to choke the how easily money could be made on Rockstar games. They saw how much of a cash cow these games get, you know.
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna try to throttle
They did
it.
that at the beginning, back when they kind of cared about the game. A lot of the paid for content. I mean, the battle passes, the outlaw passes, the roles. You could all buy that with gold.
Yeah.
And the gold can be purchased. While they didn't monetize actual cash in this game like they did in GTA and Shark Cards,
Big mistake.
I feel like they definitely would, going forward.
Yeah.
Because back in the early days, they cared a lot more about money glitches. They would stomp that the moment they saw them happening, like the moment they came out.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had something to gain. They had money to gain there. And nowadays, of course, you got Lake Izzy and Spin Out Forever. I mean, there's always going to be people with tens of millions of dollars, and they can't really do anything to stop that now.
Yeah. Well, well, why can't they patch it? Why are they still letting that go on?
I'm sure they can. They've definitely been able to in the past with wagon glitches. The same mentality was there, like, hey, they can't fix it, and then they fixed it. But I don't know if they care about the game enough. I feel they might think it's too far gone with how late they've done.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can't just go. Because think about it, most of the community nowadays, unless you're a new player, has either heard or done Lake Isabella.
Yeah.
They can't ban everyone who's ever done Lake Isabella, because then they'd kill their game.
But like patch it or something like.
They can patch it. They've done that in the past
just...
with the wagon glitch.
Okay.
But that's not going to fix the problem, because there's already people who have gained tens of millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be these accounts that are busted. So sure, they might fix it, but then what? They're still going to have the problem where there's an influx of money. They're not going to gain any real money off of this game anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, we've all been guilty of doing it. I've never actually done the Isabella glitch to myself, but I've definitely helped a couple of people. And I mean, I could probably talk about this. There was this there's this new account that was just going up to Coulter. He must have been 2 days old, and me and my boy, we were doing it, and he was just looking at the map, not moving. We thought for sure he was a dev, and I thought we were gonna get banned, like for sure. So we were pretty scared for the first couple of hours. We thought it was over.
The problem with that is, if they moderated this game, they would have banned a lot of people a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because not only, like, besides the glitch, I mean, the glitches in this game, the booters, the toxic, not even the toxic people, but just the people who will dox you, you know. The actual criminals aren't even banned, so why would they ban someone who does a money glitch?
Oh, I think he's stuck.
No, the bigger boat can't make it.
No!
We are the superior boat. That's what it's become. Feel like a salmon going upriver.
That sucks. Oh, we still have this boat.
Yeah, we do.
Who's on the other one?
Yeah, Boyko, Lizzie, and Plane.
Okay.
R.I.P. the homies.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, everyone's got their own like unique play style. But let's talk a bit more about you because you mentioned a bunch of stuff. You mentioned PvPing, flower picking, just social, the social aspect of the game. What kind of player would you consider yourself in terms of being like maybe from a casual or a grinder or a semi or a tryhard or a sweat? What do you class yourself as?
It really depends on the day and who I'm fighting, because a lot of people, and I'm not saying this in a way to be mean. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people in this game can't PvP to save their life. Like they can hold their own to the vast majority, but there's a small handful that actually know how to PvP.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and I'm sure you've experienced this, where you'll fight 2 or 3 or 4 level 100s, and they don't get a single hit on you. They
Yeah.
don't even kill you. And it's just because they don't PvP, and that's fine, that's not an issue. It's just not, they don't know how to. So they
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't, like, they don't, like, sure, go for it if you're having fun, but don't get mad when you're not enjoying it, because you're the one continuing. You
Yeah.
don't.
For sure.
It's so if I'm fighting someone who knows what they're doing, I'm gonna instantly enjoy that a little more because I know they've put in the same effort or more in. I respect that, and I'm gonna try a little harder. I'm gonna try and keep up. I'm gonna try and give them a challenge, you know? It just depends on who I'm fighting and
Yeah.
how many I'm fighting. It and the
Exactly.
day, you know?
Yeah.
But I would consider myself somewhat of a sweat.
I agree.
And a
Yeah. Well, what got you into PvPing? It was just the controls and just defending yourself so many times, or just it felt
yeah,
empowering.
I think a little bit of everything. Back in the early days, everyone was figuring out, okay, because they all come from GTA. That's a big PvP game. They're trying to figure out what are the best builds, what are the metas, what are this, what are that. And when you're first figuring all that out, I mean, everyone's shooting everyone, trying to figure out what's good, who's on top, who's this, who's that.
Hmm.
And being able to defend yourself becomes even more so than nowadays a necessity just because every lobby you go into you'll get farmed out of if you don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe
So
it.
from that I just kind of gained the skill set. I just hadn't stopped PvPing since then. I just kind of kept it up and nowadays I mean I'm pretty good. I'd consider myself that. I could hold my own against most people. Uh
That's sick.
one on one. Of course, if you get ganked by multiple people, it's gonna be harder. You're not always gonna win that fight, and there's always gonna be someone who's better than you. I know I'm
Yeah.
not the best player. It's you're never gonna be the best player, but you can hold your own, and you can do the best you can do.
I mean, that's like the way of life for these games. I mean, I,
Yeah,
I get angry too, but in the end, you gotta deter virtual reality from actual reality, and
you
in the
gotta
end, it
tell
is.
yourself it's just a game. That's
Yeah.
it. It ain't that deep.
Yeah.
It's not worth breaking a $60 controller over. You know what I mean? It's
For
that
sure.
shit don't come cheap.
While we continue the podcast, you wanna try to get a good view of something and maybe get a cool thumbnail for the video, maybe up
Oh hell
the
yeah.
waterfall or something.
Well, this was not a very big cave.
Where did you go from the
Come
left
here.
side?
Yeah, come here, come here.
Okay.
Yeah. You see how Kelly's doing it?
No. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah,
There
yeah,
you
right
go.
here. Wow.
Yeah.
Free shower? Can't argue with
Hell
that.
yeah. Uh-oh.
What are we gonna do? Can we actually?
I don't know if that's a big enough area to take a screenshot.
So, what kind of weapons are you running? I see you got a Carcano and a Lancaster.
No, no. I use a Carcano, I use a bolt action, and I use two semi-autos.
Okay.
Just hear some violence down there.
Yeah, boy could
Um,
spell.
I used to run the Lancaster for a very long time, but with me picking up the semis over what I used to use, which were sawed-offs, I found that they kind of have the same auto aim range that a Lancaster has. So as long as you hit headshots, you're good. Um, in keeping that as your mid range there, your mid to close.
Okay.
And with the bolt action, you can kind of outrange a lot of people who use Lancasters because they don't really expect it.
Mm-hmm. It is a pretty strong combo.
Yeah, I do quite enjoy it. It works well for me, but again, you're always going to be better with what you enjoy playing with, as long as you have some sort of short, medium, and long range, whether that be what I'm running, whether that be two navies, a shotgun, and a sniper. Like,
Well, I mean, there was always this debate because everybody says that the Mausers are the best skill-based pistol, I guess. Whereas I prefer the navies, but it's like,
okay, revolver-wise, the navies are the best revolver in the game. But I don't know unless you're running a certain build, which you are. You're running a focus fire build. They're really good for focus because you will always have that two-shot capability,
mm-hmm.
which works well because if someone's pushing you, you need to do it quick, and you don't have that same headshot capability that a PIB player has. Um, but with the playstyle I run, the difference between Mausers and semis comes down to auto aim range.
Okay.
And the semis just have a little bit more of that. And if I'm using it to replace a Lancaster range, then I'm going to use the one with more auto aim range and a little bit more damage.
Okay. That's interesting, for sure. What about your cards? Let's take a look at this. Okay, so you're running Pib, Never Without One, Sharpshooter, and P Condition. Yeah, legit. Legit.
That's what you see for most Paint It Black players. I mean, if they know what they're doing, they'll have a variation of that. They may change Peak for something else that might be Winning Streak, it might be Gunslingers. It just depends on their playstyle. I personally run Peak, but that's just a preference thing.
Okay.
It works. That's all I have to say about it.
It definitely does. I mean, especially from what I've seen, you're able to fight like 5, 6 people off at a time sometimes. So pretty
Depends on the day.
interesting.
Depends on the day.
How about we put these skills to the test? I'll try to shadow you in a fight, and we'll stick together and jump in. We'll see what's going on. How about
How
it?
about it? Are they
Yeah, they're
is
ready.
Olive and them in a fight?
Yeah,
All right,
we're in a
let's hit
fight.
it.
All right, let's do it. All right. Let me try
All
to
right,
reach
are you ready?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. So, first off, one of these guys is an SNS, so we're gonna have to kind of be a little more careful with him. We're gonna have to bowler him, keep him away from. Yeah, see, he's noticed I'm trying to bowler him, and he's trying to keep his distance now.
Okay.
So notice how he's probably gonna try and dodge and dive, and just kind of stay out of the ability to be one-tapped. And you see how I've now got him bowled again, and we just do it again.
Nasty.
There's always a counter to it. And he's killed himself. He killed himself before the dynamite blew up because he knew I'd get a kill feed.
Nasty. Oh!
Behind me. There's a guy.
Damn.
I didn't even know there was a guy behind me.
Came out of nowhere.
The law was on me.
Ow! My face!
Careful. Careful. It's fair enough. Alright. So with this guy, he's definitely a PIB player. And he's definitely quick with it. all you can really do there is go
Oh,
for headshots.
I just got smoked.
But all of these guys individually are not hard because there's always going to be a counter. There's
Yeah.
a counter to everything. With these SNS guys, of course, it's fucking hell. It's don't let them snipe you, and it's get as close as you can, bowl them. They're always gonna outsnipe you because they have more health than you.
Yeah.
All it is finding what they're bad at, what you can exploit, and exploiting it to the max.
All right. So discovering their weakness and things like that.
Yeah. Like, this guy has a very high dependency on crouch walking.
Okay.
But if you can aim to a crouched guy, he's gonna die a lot. I mean, it's just how it is.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Some crazy shots here. Crazy misses, too.
Bro, get off of me, cop.
Yeah. Gets annoying. And he ran. He took shots and you
Yeah,
ran?
he killed himself. He killed himself, yeah. So this is kind of how you see a lot of the people who care about kill feeds play.
Yeah.
They'll just
Scorecard.
wait till they think they're about to die, and they'll just kill themselves through the player menu, thinking that that doesn't count as a kill because you didn't pop up on the kill feed. And they'll also use that to run a lot, and you'll see that a lot with these kind of people because they don't really know how to fight, but they know how to be
To move.
an idiot and just try and get away from you, really, more than anything.
Ah, this guy.
Ah, good shot.
Yeah, that kid was struggling hard, like you were saying.
Yeah, I was trying to hit him with a headshot, and he was focused on you, and he was trying to spin, and he couldn't do two things at once.
Damn.
So now we'll push up since he decided to kind of stay put, and he left the game.
Wow. L.
And it's as simple as that. Again, a lot of people nowadays don't know how to fight. They don't know what to do, and when you start winning, they leave. It's just the most direct way to win. Alright, we'll hit this
Guess
guy.
who's back?
Alright, pull up with me. So he's not a bad PIB player. He knows what he needs to do, and he knows how to do it, but the problem with PIB is if you're better by even milliseconds, it's just, that's it. I mean, simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
It's that easy. Give him a second to line up that headshot for me, and then pop it. I mean,
That's the way she goes. So he's high hostility, right? Dark red?
so yes, that means he's high hostility. He's killed people. He's been a nuisance.
I think he's on a rooftop or something.
He is. I got him.
Nice. Nice shot. Someone to farm!
All right.
I'm gonna stick to
So-
using no tonics. I just want to get like a bare bones experience. There he is.
All right, there he is. So we're gonna go after this guy again. He seems to be keen to sniping, which is fine with me because he's not that great at it. What is
God.
their weakness might not be a weakness to you. Like what you they may think is a good strength of theirs, it might be actually a weakness because you're just better at it. It's all about finding what works, and the best way to get someone out of a lobby really quick is to make them not enjoy the time they're having.
Mhm.
So if you can just get them as many times as you can without them getting a kill back on you, you're good. You're golden. Another thing you can do with this area in particular, if you open a wilderness camp here, you will always spawn on top of this mountain.
Oh.
This is very useful when you're fighting a lot of people, and this is what I used. Like, I've
Literally
used this a lot.
Literally, the
I think
first
I
time I
used
met
this
you,
on you.
was
That's how I got up here. Is
with
using
Ruru.
that. Yep, with Ruru. And I'm falling down the cliff a little bit because they're down here now.
I'm looking.
But that's always going to spawn you on top of that hill if you use a wilderness camp right there, because that's the only spawn for it to go. And
Ah, it's a
Just gonna
nasty
farm
little
this
trick.
guy. Yeah, and it puts you in a good spot because one, they're expecting you to climb up the hill, so they're watching sides. They're not watching dead in front of them. I mean, they're not expecting you to be there, and you get at least a free shot on them.
Interesting. All right, I'm gonna try to. Oh, this guy's gonna deadeye me.
Give it a shot. Careful.
Oh my god. I couldn't really pib him. I hit him hard with the
Oh,
shotgun.
he's in SNS.
Oh.
Yeah, he's no longer in Painted Black, so he's in SNS. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna adapt. We're gonna go to what he's weak to, which is right now shotguns. There's always gonna be something that who you're fighting is weak to, whether that be slip with bows, whether that be Painted Black with slip if they don't know how to counter it, if they're not that great at it. I mean, there's always going to be a counter.
It's kind of like chess.
Yeah,
Oh god.
in a way, for sure.
Oh.
So I have a bola now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bola.
Oh, I almost got him. Nice bola.
And he's dead. Excuse me, Kelly.
Kelly just killed a man.
I'm gonna throw a posse invite.
I think Olive has a fight, she told me.
Yeah. I want to kind of
Oh man, here you go.
showcase this guy because he's a good. Yeah, if you run sawed-offs, that's if you get close enough to stagger, that's the best way to farm a slow and steady person. I mean, they stagger instantly, and you can just put the rest into them. And if they don't die, they're low health, and you can just one-tap them with another weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
peeking.
rock paper scissors. Yeah.
Peek.
See, this is what he needs to do. He needs to snipe. He needs to use the fact that he has more health to do something that we can't, which is tank shots. But he's not. He is cooked.
I'm gonna try to face him on the low side. Let's see what he's got here. Oh.
He's gonna try and
running
push
left?
up here. He's on the left here. He's behind a log. Careful. So he's trying to bola. Careful.
From where? What log? What log?
Right there. Behind that tree.
Oh my god.
There we go.
Damn, that was
Simple as that.
intense. I mean, the guy was
It's-
squeezing shots.
He was playing his cards right, but it's also really hard to do well against
Outnumbered.
3 people that
Yeah.
know what they're doing.
Yeah. Nice. It's like I want to play bare bones, but I won't stand a chance against like Pib or
Yeah, people who know what the fuck they're doing.
yeah.
Within this next one, you should probably start asking those last few PvP questions.
Oh, it's mob.
Oh, it's mob. Okay.
All right, cool.
All right, an actual fight.
All right.
Band of
God.
Misfits. Oh, Pib Jr. Alright. Good. You in?
Yeah, I'm in. Is that
Perfect.
Ah? Why don't I just shoot, man? Why am I watching these kids?
Alrighty. This is an actual fight here, I'll tell you
Nice.
what.
There we go. They got Hill up there. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm taking sniper shots, keeping them back behind that hill. If y'all can push up.
That guy is down. Yeah, we got to push that hill. I'm going
Careful
like
with
north.
Pib Jr. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Careful here, because he's sniping at us, so we need to hit him. Got him. Okay.
Damn.
Just be careful. Be careful.
Trying to roll up.
Yes, sir. Ah, that was clean. That was good. He was using semis there. I should have been.
Okay, yeah, semis is another one that's
Well, yeah,
sweaty.
at that range, I was using a bolt action. I should have been using semis. I mean, it's just a knowing your weapon thing.
Yeah.
Knowing what you can do with it, knowing where you need to put them.
Damn, I can't see anything on the low side.
Yeah, it's the bushes for you, man. That's a meta. That's why my posse is named Peekaboo. You kind of have to play Peekaboo with these bushes.
Ah! Who?
Alright. That one's dead. Alright.
Oh, I got 4 on me. Holy shit, I'm cooked.
Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull
I'm
back.
cooked here. Hang on, maybe I could try to...
Yeah, I think they're starting to switch a little bit because I'm seeing a fair increase in lag. They might be starting to cheat.
Yeah, I think we got outfits on.
Yeah, we do.
Ah! What a... goddamn.
Yeah, I don't do well with talking in fights like these where I have to focus a lot.
Yeah. I've noticed. Oh, wow. I had
pretty
fucking slugs on.
Fucking accurate. They're deboing now.
Wow.
You're dead.
Know what that means.
Nice try to debo me. Instant.
Oh my god, man. These guys are so lame. I should have just fried both of them, man. I'm literally gonna start dropping eye rounds on them. I don't give a crap.
Go for it.
Oh my god, what is this? Dumpy shit. Hang on, Rhyme. Oh
Got
my
him.
god, man. I'm gonna kill this kid.
Got him.
Oh, more spawning in.
Welcome to mob,
God.
baby.
Oh, how, bro? Oh my god! Oh my god, great. I'm gonna get Dynabot here. Oh my god, you're so lame, dude. I'm gonna freaking push that kid right now. Wow. Wow, man.
Alright.
So lame.
Oh.
Oh my god, these guys are bums.
For real.
Look how many freaking...
Okay, good. Cool. Debo.
How, bro? Oh my God.
Ah, we could took that, but it's okay.
Can't wait to get deboed in like half a second. All right. Keep it coming, pussy. Oh, man. You guys are bums. You mob bitches are trash. Trash,
Pib
dude.
Jr. is bad, but the rest of them are very bad.
Need to take that mountain bad. Oh, God. What is this? I hate this game so much. Oh, yeah. 2 guys shooting at me. Fun, man. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, man. All right. Now that we're back in Blackwater, we'll just go through some other things I wanted to talk about, you know, with the fighting and things like that. Obviously, it's hard to talk and fight at the same time and conversate, but we could definitely break down some of the things that happened in the past. Come on down.
What would be your first question about that?
I'm particularly interested in the strategies that experienced players such as yourself use against, you know, exceptionally sweat players that have strong painted black skills, whether it's with the Lancaster or Debo, or, you know, some of the things that we might see against a crew like Mob, who, you know, you can kind of tell that they fight very pretentiously, very loud with their metas. I mean, there's a couple of good snipers, I would say, but what's your reflection on like the fight that happened earlier?
For me, I mean, you can tell right off rip who's good, who's not, who's only good because they have people to rush up and take like aggro off of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's again, I mean, yes, you're gonna have your metas with Debos and all that. I mean, if they use Debos on you, all you have to do is dodge out the way of the Debos with your gun out dodge left or right. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you give that enough times and they'll run out. I mean, once they're done with that, if they're using Debos to begin with, then they're already over. If they're a good Pib player, I mean, use something you think they won't be good at. Try and snipe them. See if you can do better than them at
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
sniping. Just find what they're weak to. Find
Yeah.
something that maybe they're not as good at mid-range, but they can do close range real good. So you just gotta keep them out of sniping range, out of close range, but in that mid-range where you can do Lancaster, bolt action, Litchfield, all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That just find a way to counter it with S&S. I mean, blow 'em up. I'm sure I showed that in the clip a couple times. With Slippery, that's a little bit more iffy. You can also use the bola and blow 'em up tactic, but it's easier to just hit them with a bow in the face. If you can have that luxury, if you can change a weapon slot for a bow, you're gonna be so much better off countering those slip players that are really good that you just struggle with because they have hack card and they'll rush you and they scare you. I mean, it's a panic. I mean, of course you're gonna panic if you don't know how to counter it.
Kind of like chess, you know, like using the
Yep.
right things at the right time. And even my sniping is, I would say, a little inadequate, but I mean, if you're an accurate sniper, you should be able to beat a lot of these guys at a distance. Um, is there anything that actually counters snipers besides snipers themselves? Like the slip isn't affected. Doesn't affect sniper players, right?
No, no.
Yeah.
Slip doesn't affect sniper players, but the game gives you enough tools to get close on a sniper. If you're not
Notice.
actively being shot at by another person, you can really just like weave between bushes and branches, and even if you're in an open field, there's enough like sticks and brush around that you can get up close. At minimum, they'll start running, and you can shoot them in the back with your sniper at that point. Because if they don't want to be close, then they can't do close range. So just closing the distance without getting hit as much as you can is the best. Just weave behind hills
Yeah.
and brush is the main thing. Just because that deflects auto aim, you don't get auto aimed onto because of it.
Yeah. Um, and like movement, like I've noticed your movement is pretty quick. Is there anything that helps you maneuver your character faster? I guess you fight in third person the whole time, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm always going to be in third person. Some people say it's better to snipe in first person. I'm not necessarily saying that's not true. I'm sure if you get good at it, you can, just for the fact that your movements are a little more erratic. I just find myself focusing on the movements more when I'm in first person than actually shooting the person, which is what really matters there. So if you can get good with it, hey, good on you. But it's definitely something you got to work for, and it's something you got to break the habit of. Because when I started, that wasn't a meta. That's just, I mean, it's a habit that I'm used to just third person, and I'm used to not crouching a lot, just back and forth, sniping, you know?
Well, what would you say are the main go tos in PvP, and what are the don'ts? What are the like biggest weaknesses in PvP as well? If you can walk me through both sides.
Of course, you have your E rounds, like any of that. You don't do that. Just don't. You don't use an E round because then you're gonna have E rounds used on you, and if they're murdering you with normal rounds, they're gonna murder you with E rounds. I mean, it's infinitely easier. And if you start that, you're just gonna get make them a little bit more upset, and then you're gonna get E rounds for the rest of the fight. And they're probably gonna have more money and more E rounds than you do. And it's just not gonna be a fun time.
But if they're dumping debos on you, I mean that's a good time to switch to craftables. No,
Yeah, I mean you
I mean
can. If they're using E rounds, then go ahead, use E rounds. But starting it is the problem.
yeah,
Whoever
yeah.
starts it is I mean it's considered a, for lack of better words, a pussy move. Like that's you don't do that, right? Because it's just the easy way out.
Well, if I get deboed once, I'm switching to craftables.
Well, yeah, yeah. Once it's started, it doesn't stop till the end of the
Yeah,
fight. I mean, the moment I get hit by a Devo and Ensign, I mean, I'm using it too.
exactly.
That's my calling. Like, hey, you hit me with that. Guess what? Now I'm gonna do that because now I can kill you infinitely quicker. You know, it's if you're gonna use these, expect them to be used on you. Just
Yeah.
don't start using them because then you're gonna have them used on you and you're not gonna have a good time. The
Um.
dues, I mean, obviously, be respectful, be nice. I mean, it's a game, you know. Even after a big fight, even if you didn't win, I mean, at bare minimum, don't go out there and be like, oh, fucking,
Call
you're
people out.
trash or this, you're that. I mean, it's it's whatever. It's a game. You're here to have fun. Don't let it get to your head. Don't let it fuck with you.
I literally do that all the time though. Like if people are using pussy metas to like milk
Yeah.
kills and stuff like that, I have some sort
It,
of closure letting them know what I think of them, even though they might not care, even though they know.
I mean,
Everybody knows what they're doing,
and
right?
it's at the same time that's probably what they want to hear. You're just giving them attention. I mean, I don't know. The way I see it is, yeah, you can get mad at them, you can get frustrated. I mean, it's whatever. But at the end of the day, it's a game. It ain't that deep. They're not. actually doing anything insane, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Um, and then there's the like the post fight drama and things like that. Like you're saying, people talk shit, people exchange messages or whatever. And then you have the my favorite kind of people, and they exist everywhere on GTA as well. But the stalkers, and I know that you're very familiar with this subject. You're quite good at following people as well. Just like in frequency of like how many times you drop by, I'm like, man, if I was on Rhymes's list, it'd be rough. I'd have a rough time.
It's pretty easy. I mean, with how Red Dead is set up, if they're online, then you can just join them. I
Hmm.
mean, that's a given, straight up. If they're online, you can join them. And that is the easiest and simplest way. Like that's you just spawn in and then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You add them as a friend, that's a big thing. If you randomly just get added as a friend on Red Dead by someone you don't know, that's not a good thing. You block them and you unblock them.
Yeah.
And just get them off of your friends list and like get you off of their friends list, I mean. Because what they're doing is they're adding you so that you're on their friends list and they can join you through the in-game menu even if you're offline. And the only way to get rid of them at that point is to either block and unblock or just block them
Hmm.
and keep them blocked.
Well, I mean,
There is
even if you block someone, they still have a way of getting through with alts and things like that. No, I mean, like,
yeah,
is it really over just because you blocked them?
I mean it depends on how much they care.
Like you, okay? Let's say I say something in particular that pisses you off, and it stays with you, and you have this anger towards me for I don't know 2 weeks. So you're like, I'm gonna harass this guy for 2 weeks to kind of ruin his experience. I block you. How would you get to me?
I have 4 other accounts. I just do it again on another account whenever
Hmm. Offline.
you're offline, whenever you're playing, or even just whenever you're not expecting it. Because I can get to the menus quick enough that you will have blocked me, but I'm already loading into your server.
Okay.
Uh, and if you do go through all my accounts, whoop-de-doo, I have friends. I'll just get one of them to add you and bring me into your lobby.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
It's pretty easy.
Infinite stalking. I mean,
Yeah.
whether you have alts or not, if you have people willing to help you and stuff like that, they could just, especially like someone with like a gamer tag that's easy to remember. You know what I mean? I mean, it doesn't even matter because you'll probably get screenshots of the gamer tags and stuff
Just
like that.
write it down in a notes app or something. Like it's
Can you join on someone? Yeah, you could join on them without adding them
Yeah, if they're
if they're appearing
in a
offline online.
server, if they've played in your server recently and
Mm-hmm.
you've like, that's a big thing. If you were friends and you're not anymore, if you're still in their posse, they can at any point jump you
Mm-hmm.
because there's a menu for that. So if you have played in the same posse together and they haven't turned their Xbox off for like 3 days and you get back on and you're not friends anymore, they can still join on you because they haven't turned their Xbox off. They haven't gotten off the game because
Mm-hmm.
there's a menu for recently played with. So, and it
On
lasts as long
RDR.
as yeah, on
Yeah.
RDR.
Yeah.
Not the Xbox recently played with, but
Mm-hmm.
the RDR recently played with. And you can use that to jump on people.
As long as your Xbox stays on and
And
the
you
the
were in a
name is
posse
found.
with them together, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, that's the big part. But you don't have to stay in the posse for it to be there still.
Okay.
There's always ways, man. And I'm sure there's ways I don't know about. I'm sure there's ways through computers and there's probably methods that exist that I'm not aware of.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has like a shit list or whatever. What are some things that would make you put someone on on your hit list?
I mean, you got your basic, your homophobia, your racism,
Mm-hmm.
anything that would like normally just piss people off for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
You're asking for it at that point, right?
Yeah.
if you're fucking with my friends, if it's in game, sure, I'll join on you. I'll grief you, but I probably won't follow up on it. Like I'll just hit you once, move on with my life because I got a username. If
Hmm.
you're fucking with them like repeatedly, then I'm gonna fuck with you repeatedly.
Yeah,
I'm
you're gonna make an
gonna keep
example.
joining. Yeah, and I might join with them. Let them farm you for a little while. You know what I mean? Like, it's a matter of what did you do,
Hmm.
really. Um, if you do something crazy, I mean, I've my first alt was because someone did something to one of my friends that I'm not gonna repeat.
Hmm.
So they stopped talking to me on my main after that happened. I made a new account, befriended them all over again. Didn't say a word, not through mic, always text to speech.
Okay, yeah.
Like 3 months. Got what I needed out of that blackmail, put it everywhere out online, and I moved on with my life. And that's how that alt became a thing. Like, very particular things you gotta do to get me to do that, but it's like I'm not. It's not that deep. It's a game. Unless you're like actually fucking with the livelihood of one of my homies, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's a game.
If it gets like too personal, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's when the
If
line's
it
crossed.
affects their work life, if it affects their, real life, then that's a line that's crossed.
Well, I just wanted to bring up our past past fights and things like that. Even this week, you got called in too, while we were kind of like
Yeah.
we were kind of chilling, and then this one kid, Predator, just the way he runs up and like starts running around and pointing at people and just like laughing.
Yeah.
These this is I mean, there's tons of players like this in GTA. They're just very pretentious, and you could tell they're very egotistical, and just like kind of showboating, trying to provoke people to fight them and stuff like that. And uh, I was told by some people that they're like, stay away from this guy. He's going to take it to social media. He's going to try to slander people online. And I think that's a big one that crosses the line. If people are willing to go to social media, I mean, I'll meet you halfway. You know what I mean? If I have some dirt, or if I have something that'll contradict the things you claim, that's kind of like where I'll take it. And I don't like to do it. I don't like to be that guy, because it kind of makes me seem a little, pretentious, or, maybe a little insecure. But it's like at the same time, it does show this side of like, maybe this kid's, full of shit. And he was, he came in, and he started jumping someone. I'm friends with that person, and then it's like, oh, do I fight? Do I help them? And then he brings his boys to jump them, and I'm like, well, we're not gonna stand for this, And so you were called in too. We outnumbered. Did we? I don't even know if we outnumbered them. I think we
I
outnumbered them
don't.
by one or whatever. But
I think it was a little bit, but it wasn't much.
yeah, it wasn't anything crazy. And you kind of came in and you were like, well, we're gonna push this guy out, and he's gonna end up blocking us, which was the end goal for you. You want to kind of like explain that, and explain what happened last time against him.
So, when I came in, I figured what I had heard is this guy had been bothering him for a while, so I was like, okay, let's just get him to block you. That's it. That's the easiest way to do it, right? So I came in and I said, hey, by the end of the night, they're gonna block you. And so I added him as a friend, sent him a period, so they knew I was whitelisting him. They
Okay.
knew what I was doing, and they knew the only way to get rid of me was to block me. Now, at that point, I had to make them block me, so I fought them for a good while. I mean, they weren't good. They relied on slip. They didn't know the how to dodge. I mean, they were easily countered by a bow, just because bow goes through slip. Too many counters for slip, in my opinion, but
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there.
Hmm.
Um, and he ended up blocking me because I followed him through a couple lobbies. I mean,
I mean, we jumped him
it's
like
those
three times. I mean, he jumped. Obviously,
3 or
he
4
jumped us,
times, yeah.
and
Yeah, and then he left, and then I followed, and then
yeah.
I followed, and then I followed. And that's kind of where we ended it. Like, he got off and he had blocked me, and
Hmm.
that was it. I mean, he's... And the whole social media thing, like, I don't have a very big online presence. Like, I'll play the game.
Hmm.
I have homies. Say what you want about me on Red Dead, man. I really couldn't care less.
Yeah.
It's a game, and if you're gonna post me online, good to see I'm that good to get under your skin. Like, I don't care. Thanks for the compliment. So, it's, I don't care.
Hmm.
I don't have TikTok. I don't have all these things that people post on. It's like, all right, whatever.
It's still kind of like a dirty thing to do. You know what I mean? It's like you said, it's just a game, and then you're escalating it. And
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
that
you're not wrong. It's not a good thing. The way I see it is if you're posting me on your whatever, your socials, your whatever, that means I was there enough and I bothered you enough to get under your skin, and that I was a challenge, and that you don't want to fight me anymore. Like you gave up. It's over. So you have to whine to the internet. I
yeah,
mean, there you go. I I don't know what bigger L you can take.
that's true. That's true. I mean, but like in the end, a lot of these goons they think alike. You know, you see them; they're a
Yeah.
dime a dozen on GTA, and I guess maybe people are unhappy. I mean, maybe that explains even some of my behaviors of how I interact with people. It just I know that my morals are in check, kind of shit, and I try to treat people with with respect. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'm never gonna give the time of day to people like that who come in and you know think they can run the show. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, no. If you're gonna be a dick, you're gonna get treated like one. I mean, I'm gonna whoop you around a little bit if I can, but just because you're fucking with my friends. I mean, they're the homies. You can't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wanted to take one last look at your outfit, 2 seconds. It is pretty interesting. It's kind of
Yeah.
like, what kind of theme would you say it is?
I honestly don't know at this point. I've gotten a lot of like Assassin's Creed Black Flag from it. Like that's what a lot of people have said to me. It started so back in the day, I was in Charon, like 2020, so old Charon. And it started out as a Charon Industries outfit with the red like vaquero jacket
Yeah.
instead of the corset and like a just black blazer on top of that and like just a black hat, black pants, you know. And I just kind of like swapped bits and pieces of it over time into this because it looked cool. So I enjoyed running it, changed the weapon wraps, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it does look pretty clean. Yeah, they look like silk wraps or something. Look pretty fancy.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. I
Red
forget
on
what they're
black with
called. I think
gold.
they're crimson. I think they're called crimson,
Okay.
but
Crazy.
they work pretty well. Uh, I just like it, and I mean it's the fit I've run since beta, just adding on to it, changing it slightly, but the core of it's always been there.
Cool, cool. Cool. And
Yeah.
then you have your friend that has the same
Yeah.
outfit you talking
My
about.
my duo
Not the same, but like similar themed.
it's a very similar outfit, yes. It's Aether is pretty chill. She runs with a very whenever we run together, she runs with a very similar fit. We got the blue instead of the red, so you got the duo, if you will, when we're out fighting, you know.
Okay, okay, cool, cool. I mean, and the what inspired you to get that eye patch? I don't even know where to get it.
Honestly, it looks pretty cool. It's a Madame Nazar, so
Yeah, cool.
Madame Nazar sells a lot of sick shit. You should look at her on Halloween because she got lots of
Oh
masks
yeah,
that you can only get there.
I'm looking for those gloves. When those gloves come out again, I'm gonna buy that.
Man, yeah, the cartilage gloves go. I think they're probably my favorite gloves in the game.
Yeah, that's intense. That's intense. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it. Overall, what were your impressions on the pod?
It was pretty good, man.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I mean, it was fun. It was professional. I liked
yeah,
it. It was good.
informative. Try to do
Indeed.
what you can. All right, well, that's going to be pretty much it for the No Randos pod, guys. I hope everyone enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Peace! Oh my god.
Beautiful.